Greetings, YouTube. Happy Saturday. My phone has been buzzing off the hook via the Line app for the last several days as I have been receiving messages every day from summoners that are frustrated because they say, Prof, as great as it is to get Tier 2 Alpha Catalyst Fragments or even Tier 5 Basic Catalyst Fragments, I can get those in the Glory Store. I can get those in Alliance War Crystals. You know what I can't get is 6-star shards, and they said if you're uncollected that those are going to be in the featured store, but we have not seen them. And I kept saying, wait till this weekend, we will see them eventually, just be patient. Well, I guess the Prof in Prof Hoff might stand for Prophet, because as of today, we have finally seen 6-star Hero Crystal Shards, and after doing a little bit of math, I do declare that there is a certain amount of these that are the best 6-star shard deal we have ever seen, especially considering these featured items are free to play accessible, because the only time we have seen anything close to this was if you bought an Odin worth of units on, say, a holiday like July 4th or Cyber Monday. And of course, if you're a free-to-play player, you don't spend cash on the game, so you aren't going to get an Odin deal in order to make that happen. So free-to-play players have never seen 6-star Hero Crystal Shard deals like this, and if you're uncollected and above, you're going to be so thankful to hopefully take advantage of this, especially if you have a few hundred units. Even if you just have to spend 90 units to get 200 6-star Hero Crystal Shards, which I'm guessing between content maybe you haven't grinded out yet in the game for units, even if it's on the beginner difficulty, and a combination of that and maybe some arena grinding, most people can grind 90 units out in a day, even if you're a free-to-play player that has no units currently saved up. So first and foremost, let's remind ourselves of price points for units normally in the game. $14.50 is $50. $8.50 is $30, and of course $3,100 is $100. That price point, and all three of those really will come in handy in a discussion of this featured item. Now, 6-star shards are still exceptionally rare. I have a debate every time I talk about what their value is, and I would say in a dream scenario, at worst, this is a 1-to-1 unit to shard ratio, meaning for every one unit, you get one 6-star Hero Crystal Shard in return. But we have not seen that. In fact, that Odin deal I told you about didn't give you but 2,500 6-star Hero Crystal Shards for $100, which of course is not a 1-to-1 ratio, or else it would have been 3,100 6-star Hero Crystal Shards. And yet, we see in this first opening deal more than a 2-to-1 ratio, something we have never seen before in 6-star Hero Crystal Shards, where you get more than twice as many 6-star Hero Crystal Shards for half the units. So that right here, just this screenshot, if you just get one of these tiers, and I would advise every single person watching this, regardless of what you're saving for, to at least get the first level of this bundle, because it is an A++ deal that we have never seen the likes of, especially for free-to-play players. Now, the question becomes, as it is in every one of these videos, where is the cutoff point between a good deal and a ripoff? I believe I would strongly recommend, and I don't have the units currently, but I've got some ways to get them, especially through battle chips and other means of arena grinding. But if you look at 5 of these, which is 1,000 6-star shards, or 10% of a 6-star crystal, that's 672 units, which is still really, really affordable. Again, let's look at the price point, 672 units. That is less than Tony Stark's briefcase for $30. So let's say safely for $25 worth of units, you get 10% of a 6-star crystal. That's amazing. I, however, would not go higher than that, because once you get to 10, which would give you 20% of a 6-star crystal or 2,000 6-star shards, now you're getting into the 2,179 unit tier. This is the absolute limit that I would recommend, because look, each additional level goes over 500 per tick, and that is just a ripoff, to be blunt. And 2,179 is well over the $50 worth of units you get for the Black Panther's treasure. In fact, it is about 700 units more. So that is like $75 worth of units for 2,000 shards. That's still not the worst deal we've seen. I would say that's like a C plus value, but 5 is, I would say, a solid A minus, and then A plus 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 for even just the 1. And I always like to put my units where my mouth is. I'm not sure if I'll be able to afford the all 5 of the first of these, but I'm definitely going to on screen get the first one as the purchase has been confirmed. It's just a no-brainer. YouTube, the best deal we have ever seen for 6-star shards for units today in the game. If you don't have the units and if you don't spend cash, grind the arena today. If you have a little bit of time, you will be so thankful you did. I am just super pumped to endorse a pro player deal that any player can pick up, whether or not you are a quote-unquote whale or a free-to-play player. This is a fantastic opportunity. Of course, this is just for people who are uncollected and above. I'm sure some people will be annoyed that they aren't seeing this if they're not uncollected, but I will say it's fair of Kabam to give people incentive to grind content and at least become uncollected, and there has never been a better time to do that. So I would highly recommend, if you want to see deals like this, to just save all your units and spend them on potions and revives and just get through Act 5, Chapter 2. You just have to do it once. You just have to beat the collector once, and you will become uncollected, and that will mean so much for your daily crystals. And then, of course, I will take that a step further. If you're uncollected and you want even better deals, I would say instead of trying to 100% complete Act 5, grind as much as you can to get Cavalier, and then that will go up even more. So that is my advice for this Saturday. My head is still spinning as my brother, Prof. Hulk, as we like to call him, has pulled so many 5-stars from my account, way more than I've gotten in the past couple of months for non-5-star crystals especially, that I'm pretty sad. I'm pretty bummed. Tonight's live stream is the last live stream he'll be with me for maybe at least 3 or 4 months. So if you want to say hi to him and you want to hopefully have some of his luck rub off on you, come by the stream tonight at the normal time of 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And otherwise, enjoy this historic good deal for 6-star Hero Crystal Shards. And otherwise, have a fantastic weekend. As always, thanks for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube channel.